Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, in case you haven't heard, there is a huge natural gas leak occurring in California at an underground storage facility in Aliso Canyon, right next to the town of Porter Ranch. This is the second largest storage facility in the nation. And the leak began October 23rd. But, as usual, it was not reported to the public until the 28th, 5 days later. Now, and it won't be fixed until late this month or early March. So that's 5 months that this leak has been going on. Now, there are 115 wells that draw gas from that storage space, which holds 86 billion cubic feet of natural gas. The leak, like I said, it was discovered on October 23rd, and it's still going on today. So here is what the leak looks like on an infrared camera. In the Porter Ranch area. So here is what the gas leak looks like on infrared video, and you can just see the gas just flowing through the town of Porter Ranch at there's tons of it, and it's just blanketing the town. The reason the well is leaking, the reason why all this is happening, is amazing. It'll blow your mind. The wellhead is 61 years old. Now, it seems to me that from what I've been hearing about leaks, oil leaks and gas leaks, is that the standard practice for the oil and gas industry is that they don't replace anything until it breaks. And sometimes they don't even do that. For example, this well, SS25 is its label. It was drilled in 1953. And originally it had a safety valve. But in 1979, the safety valve was pretty old and it began to leak, and so it was removed. But they didn't replace the safety valve. They just removed it and replaced it with pipes, so that when the leak occurred, the gas company didn't have any way to shut it off. And so now, there's this leak, and it's not even at its peak right now. At its peak, it was much bigger than it is right now. But even right now, it's leaking 1,200 tons of methane gas per day. 1,200 tons per day. And in addition to methane, there are volatile organic compounds like benzene, for example, which is a known carcinogen. And it also contains something called methyl mercaptan, which gives the gas its rotten egg smell. And that rotten egg smell has descended on Porter Ranch and has made people sick. They've complained of headaches, nosebleeds, nausea, eye and ear infections and throat infections, and 2,200 families have been relocated, but there's 2,500 more that are still being processed, which means that they're living somewhere else and paying for it themselves, or they're stuck in their homes waiting to leave. this is a huge failure on the part of everybody, the regulatory agencies. You know, I mean, with all these problems, the regulatory agencies just let the gas company do anything it wanted to do. And that's both the state and federal. And even though they knew that the natural gas infrastructure was aging and was overdue for a disaster, they did nothing. And the gas company, you know, can't be bothered replacing old stuff. And they had no plan to deal with this leak until it happened. No plan. So it took them 6 weeks before they decided to drill a relief well. Now they tried other things that didn't work. So 6 weeks later, they started drilling this relief well, which maybe might fix the leak. Standard practice is to drill 2 relief wells because if one misses, then the other one can readjust. So, but they're only drilling 1, and if that one misses, then they'll have to start on another one all over again. But even after they get that leak stopped, there are 115 other wells at that storage facility that there's no guarantee that they're in any better shape than the one that's leaking. There's no guarantee that if they develop a leak that the gas company can do anything about it. And it's not just Porter Ranch. There are facilities like this all over the country with the same problems and the same potential. So is anything going to be done to prevent the next big leak? Or will we just sit around waiting for it to happen? Oh, and by the way, and more news for the people of Porter Ranch. Their gas bills went up. Thanks for listening.